Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. It's time for question of the day. This is number 4 in this video series. I can't believe we're already up to video number 4 in question of the day. This was a viewer suggestion as well, which I'm really appreciative for. I really do take on board all of your comments and suggestions for the channel, and question of the day is proving to be a very popular video series. So again, thank you so much for coming up with all these great ideas for content on the Geekanoids channel. Now, this particular series is meant to go out at 4 PM. Yeah, 4 PM GMT, and today has been crazy busy for me. So many videos to produce for my clients, so many emails to go through as well, and just time ran away from me. And that could be a good thing, because it means that you're getting to see this a little bit later on in the evening. It's currently 7:20 PM GMT in the UK. So hopefully it'll give some different people the opportunity to tune in live, because this is a live broadcast. Now, if you want to leave me any sort of comments or questions throughout the live broadcast, please do leave them in the live chat. If you want your question or comment considered for next Monday's video, then please also leave that in the comments section as well, and I'll feature one of your questions in next week's video. Now, before I get onto the topic of today's question, I do just want to remind you that you can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Geekanoids on Twitter. I tweet a lot, so be prepared, but there are some really good tweets in there and some great value tech deals I post every morning. Also, if you want to see some really great photos, mainly tech related, you can follow me on Instagram as well. Now, as always, this is a live broadcast, so for those of you who are in the live chat, I'm going to give a shout out to the first 4 that joined. A big hello to Gritty Shaker, to JFK4NZ, Deepak Murthy, and Tech for Your Needs. A big hello to you for getting in first on the live chat, and a big hello to the rest of you who tuned in live. I really do appreciate you taking out the time of your day to sort of watch one of my videos. So we're going to actually take the first question, or in fact, sorry, not the first question, the only question, the topic of this video, and it's from Venaris. What about that notch on the OnePlus 6? Now, Venaris obviously watched my OnePlus 6 video where I covered what had happened during the launch day for the OnePlus 6, which happens to be available to order tomorrow. If you are ordering a OnePlus 6 tomorrow, just a little note for you, there is a special bonus link down in the video description area. So if you're ordering that online and you use that link, then you will get a special bonus with your purchase. So please do use that if you are ordering. Now, on to the actual question. What about that notch? If you've watched my videos for a long time, you'll know that I really disliked and still do dislike the notch on the iPhone 10. In fact, it actually resulted in me not actually keeping an iPhone 10, which for the first time in many years, I mean, I'm a big fan of Apple products, but the first time in many years really did disappoint me. So much so that the only Apple product or Apple iPhone that I've got at the moment in the studio is the iPhone 8 Plus, because I didn't want the notch. I don't like the notch. I've said it many times. I think Apple weren't ready to launch the iPhone 10, and since the iPhone 10 came out with the notch, we've seen this trend, and it's driving me absolutely crazy. A lot of Android phones nowadays that are currently on the market, even some of the sort of Chinese imports are doing it as well, they have a notch. The Honor 10 is one of the phones that just released with a notch. It doesn't make sense, particularly on that smartphone, because you've got a notch so you can have edge-to-edge screen, but you've still got a chin at the bottom of the phone. It's just absolutely crazy. So the OnePlus 6, I think the announcement when it happened, and this phone is destined to be my next daily driver. I kept my OnePlus 5T up until about 2 weeks ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Fantastic smartphone. And the disappointment for me in the OnePlus 6 is the fact that they found it necessary to put a notch there, albeit it is a bit smaller at the top than on the iPhone 10, and albeit that you can, within the OS, actually mask the notch out and have just a black bar at the top. But I don't understand what this trend is. I really don't understand the trend. Well, I do understand to a certain degree that they have to have some sort of area to put sensors and front-facing cameras in, for example. I recently saw, I think it was a Xiaomi phone, or I might be thinking of another brand, but there was another smartphone I saw a video about just recently that had an edge-to-edge screen, so pretty much bezel-less, little tiny chin at the bottom. They put the camera in the bottom right-hand corner, so if you were taking a selfie you had to turn the smartphone up the wrong way, which is fine, absolutely fine. You could use it in the bottom right-hand corner, but you'd get an up the nostril type shot when you're taking your photo. But that's an edge-to-edge display. You know, the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus give us a really nice edge-to-edge display with very narrow bezels top and bottom, no notch. I can't understand this trend, and it must be a trend. It must be people thinking it's acceptable. These design studios that are designing the current generation of smartphones, they must be thinking it's acceptable, and not listening to user feedback, because I think the majority of people would far rather have just very slim bezels top and bottom, or the sensors built in behind the screen, and not have to deal with a notch in software. You know, it's not the right way to do things. Let me know what you think. Actually, this is an open discussion. This is a live broadcast, so let me know what you think in the chat. What you think about these manufacturers giving us a notch on the display. I don't like it at all. I'm still going to buy the OnePlus 6. It's still probably going to be my next smartphone. I'm sort of resigning myself to the fact that all of the next generation of smartphones are going to have a notch of some description, and I'm going to have to learn to live with it. I'm just not a big fan. I'm not happy at all the way things are going. Now, before I take some of the questions and comments that are coming into the live chat, and I can see plenty of you chatting away there, I'm just going to show you some phones that don't have notches. This is tongue-in-cheek, of course. I have a Motorola flip phone, just here, no notch. This is just me being silly, but I just wanted to show you some of my old phones. Motorola Razr, no notch, electric blue colour as well. Look at this one. Some of you might not have even heard of this brand. This is a top quality flagship smartphone. This is the Sagem flip phone, no notch. And this, believe it or not, is a limited edition Nokia. The Star Wars edition of the Nokia phone with the LEDs on the side, the little flashing lights that come up for notifications and when it rings on the side, no notch. And of course, the iPhone 8 Plus, no notch. And if I had a Samsung Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus here, no notch. The Huawei P20 Pro, a recent release, no notch. Let me know actually as well, that I'm sure there were quite a few smartphones. I had some others in my mind, but let me know in the live chat what other smartphones have notches. I just think there's far too many being launched nowadays. But anyway, let's jump into the live chat. Tech for Your Needs says notch doesn't matter to me. What people need to focus on is how the phone runs. Well, that's a fair comment. If it doesn't detract from your user experience, then I'm really pleased for you. It doesn't affect everyone. A lot of people can look past having that notch there. Deepak and Murthy, I don't mind the notch as long as you get a smooth bug-free experience. So Deepak, another viewer that doesn't mind the notch. Europile asking me, Dave, what camera do you use to film your live show, please? So I use a Sony AX53. It's a camcorder, so a video camera. The reason I went the video camera route is because it's got the flip out screen, so I can actually see the framing of the video, and it's also got the mini HDMI out, which I run into a cam link from Elgato, and that then plugs in USB to my Mac Pro. And the audio is on this microphone up here. I'll just bring this down into shot to show you, which is the Rode NT USB. So that's what I use for the live broadcast. Great question as well. Gritty Shaker is not a fan of the notch. And Arsenal Glasgow, you can say that you have a top-notch phone. Very, very true. And Deepak Murthy is actually correcting me. The P20 Pro has got a notch. I must have been thinking of another smartphone just recently. So there you go, the P20 Pro, another smartphone with a notch. The Essential phone also got a notch, albeit a very, very tiny one. They can probably lay claim to being the smartphone with the smallest notch at the moment. But it certainly does seem to be a big trend, and I don't like it. I can't wait until if it is a limitation of the technology, I can't wait personally until that limitation is exceeded and beaten, and they give us edge-to-edge screen smartphones with the sensors and the camera behind the screen, or some other way of doing it. I also saw another phone that's still in development stage that had the little camera that popped up from the top. Very, very cool. That's one way around it. Yes, that is another thing that can go wrong. But that is a way around it, to have the camera that actually sort of pops up from the top, or like I've seen in other smartphones with edge-to-edge displays, just have a very, very slim sort of forehead and very slim chin at the bottom, or just put the camera down in one corner. There are ways around it, and I think manufacturers should be challenging themselves rather than sticking an ugly notch at the top of their screens. We've also got Neil Sudan coming in with iPhone 10. I don't notice it anymore, so you don't notice the notch anymore, which is great. A big hello to Brytech09. Thank you very much for tuning in. David Hepworth, the P20 Pro has got a notch, but you can turn it off in the software by making the whole top bar black to hide it. So this software workaround again. And Deepak coming in with the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 doesn't have a notch. That must be the one I'm thinking of, the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, which I think I saw a video on from another content creator, where it doesn't have a notch, but it has the camera in the bottom right hand corner, and I think that is the preferred way for me, not for everyone, but the preferred way for me when I'm sort of selecting a new smartphone. Hi-Fi Tech 01, when do you think phones with embedded camera and speakers are likely to come into play? So if you're talking about having the technology built in behind the display, I think that will happen not in this generation of 2018, but in the 2019 smartphones. I think we will see quite a few manufacturers listening to the feedback and finding ways of getting rid of the notches. I think it's a very short-term solution, for want of a better terminology, a very short-term solution to a problem that doesn't need to exist. We never had it before in our smartphones. It's only a recent thing, so it doesn't need to be there. That's what we've got to remember. I know I keep showing you the iPhone 8 Plus, but this is what I'm using currently while I'm waiting for the OnePlus 6 to be delivered. No notches existed in this in this generation of phone, and prior to the iPhone 10 coming out, and the Essential phone, which I think came maybe just before, if I'm thinking correctly. Before that, there were no smartphones with these notches. So it's absolutely crazy. But anyway, I just want to carry on with some of the comments coming in. We've also got Hi-Fi Tech 01 saying into the screen. I think he's referring to a previous comment. And also we've got Europulse asking Dave, what do you think about people holding onto their phones longer now due to the commoditized nature of offerings and good quality overall? That is something we're seeing more and more. We are seeing many people not upgrading with any generation of phone. We've got to a limit now where there are only very small incremental improvements made with regards to sort of battery life, screen technology, camera technology. There's very minimal difference between like last year's generation of smartphones and this year's. I think that will stay current. People will keep hold of their phones a lot longer until we see a big breakthrough in technology. And one of the big breakthroughs I want to see is in battery technology. If a smartphone manufacturer can give us 2, 3, 4 days battery life without adding to the thickness of the phone, using a new type of battery technology, or a much larger sensor, as we've seen in a couple of the smartphones launched early this year, then we might see some big improvements in camera technology as well. So it's going to be an interesting time ahead. I don't think that we'll never see any big steps. I think we've still got room to improve smartphones, but certainly you are right, people are keeping on to their smartphones a lot longer. Deepak Murthy, which colour will you be getting on the OnePlus 6? I'll be getting the Midnight Black. Hi-Fi Tech 01, you already ordered your OnePlus 6. If I'm not wrong, it's releasing tomorrow. How did you order it? No, I haven't ordered it yet. I probably should have rephrased how I said that I'd already ordered it. I haven't ordered it yet. The sales start, or the orders start tomorrow. People could get hold of it today if they travel down to one of the pop-up stores. I'm going to be ordering it tomorrow. I think in the UK the store comes online around about 10 AM. We've also got Tech for Your Needs confirming the Essential Phone 1 was the first phone with the notch. And Alan Miguel, I'm still using my OnePlus 5T and I'm extremely happy with it, but I wish I could get my hands on the 6. The screen looks beautiful. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you'll pick one up later in the year. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to jump into one of my videos and watching and taking part in the live chat. I really do appreciate it. So thank you for all your comments. I wish you an amazing rest of the week wherever you are, and please do subscribe because I've got some really awesome videos coming up on the Geekanoids channel for the rest of this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit that like button and I'll see you all in the next one.